Okay, ada dua kenyataan. The first statement will be in relation to 1MDB. Now, I'm making this statement to confirm reports published today by the Wall Street Journal and Reuters on payments made by Bank Negara Malaysia and Khazanah to the Ministry of Finance, which was then utilized to service debt obligations to 1MDB. As highlighted via the press release issued by Ministry of Finance on the 22nd of May 2018, the Ministry of Finance has made payments on behalf of 1MDB amounting to 6,975.14 million ringgit due to 1MDB's inability to pay. This amount includes the payment made to IPIC as part of the 5.05 billion ringgit settlement agreement. The sources for the payments made to IPIC, ABA, and on behalf of 1MDB included 1. Redemption of redeemable cumulative convertible preference shares by Khazanah National Berhad amounting to 1.199 billion ringgit. And 2. Sale of Lot 41, Section 51 Bandaraya Kuala Lumpur to Bank Negara Malaysia amounting to 2.066 billion ringgit. On 14 of December 2017, MOF through its indirectly owned company, Hartana Mampan Sdn Berhad, entered into a sales and purchase agreement with Bank Negara Malaysia to sell a piece of land strategically located adjacent to Sasana Kijang. Second statement. The former Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Razak has issued a statement yesterday night criticizing the present government's announcement that our debt is now 1 trillion ringgit. He said it will just unsettle the financial markets, alarm the credit rating agencies, and investors' confidence in our institutions such as Bank Negara Malaysia. Now, we would like to explain that the new government will carry out our administration based on the principles of CAT, competency, accountability, and transparency. We want to establish the true baseline on the state of financial affairs, diagnose the problems, and then prescribe all necessary remedies. Let me take this opportunity to explain the 1 trillion ringgit worth of liabilities as at 31st December 2017, as previously announced. Number 1, the official federal government debt is 686.8 billion ringgit, which constitutes 50.8% of the GDP. 2, in addition, the government is already committed to pay for government guarantees for various entities who are unable to service their debts. This amounts to 199.1 billion ringgit, or 14.6% of GDP. The committed government guarantees would include entities such as Dana Infra National Berhad, 42.2 billion ringgit, govt Holdings Berhad, 8.8 billion ringgit, Prasarana Malaysia Berhad, 26.6 billion ringgit, Malaysia Rail Link Sdn Berhad, 14.5 billion ringgit, as well as an estimated 38 billion ringgit for 1MDB. Based on the two items above, the federal government debt would amount to 885.9 billion ringgit. This represents the 65.4% of the GDP, as highlighted by the Prime Minister Yang Amat Berhormat Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad yesterday. Thirdly, in addition to the above, the federal government has also been committed and obligated to make lease payments, which includes rental, maintenance, and other charges, for a whole list of so-called public-private partnership projects, such as the construction of schools, hostels, roads, police stations, and hospitals. The lease commitments, which were designed specifically to circumvent the federal government guarantees and debt limits amounts to 201.4 billion ringgit, or 14.9% of GDP. Hence, the federal government debt and liabilities would amount to a total of 1,087.3 billion ringgit, or 80.3% of the GDP as at 31st December 2017. Malaysians are rightly concerned with our debt situation, as we did when we were in the opposition. However, let me emphasize that the obligation and financial commitments of the federal government are unchanged before 9th of May this year and after elections today. The only change is that the new federal government has decided to call a spade a spade. This new government puts the interests of the people first, and hence it is necessary to bite the bullet now. Work hard to solve our problems rather than let it explode in our faces at a later date. In the short term, the decision to tell the truth may unnerve Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak. However, we firmly believe that in the medium term, by recognizing our true debt situation today, it will enable the federal government to take concrete actions to regularize and strengthen our financial state. I'd like to thank and credit the professionalism of Treasury officials led by Deputy Secretary General Datuk Siti Zawiya Muhammad Desa in preparing and presenting all relevant information without fear or favor. This was done without any interference from politicians attempting to manipulate the figures and hide our real debts and obligations. Having engaged intensively with the Treasury team over the past few days, including listening to various constructive proposals and suggestions to resolve these difficult challenges, I am confident that we can overcome them, together with the support of and wisdom of the Prime Minister, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. Let me emphasize that the fundamentals of the Malaysian economy remains strong. The financial sector is stable, the banking sector is well capitalized, and there is sufficient liquidity in the market. We believe that with the new administration focus on CAT, investor confidence will only be strengthened over time. Together with the commitment of the new government, as well as the support of Malaysians all over the country, and with leadership led by Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, we will definitely succeed in saving our country. Thank you.